Okay, not only is she a super mom, she's one of the producers of the comedy show Day Drinking with Mom, and her debut album, She's Not From Around Here, is available right now. Here she is, the wonderful Wendy Maybury.
Thanks, Shannon. Hello. I am so grateful to have this chance to do stand-up. It's been a long time since I've been on stage. A lot of the joy has just gone out of my life because my son's dad, of my boyfriend of 5 years, left me for the babysitter. I know it has been really awful because I miss her terribly. She was an amazing babysitter. She was the best. He ate vegetables. He took naps. There's a lot of men in the world. There's one Becky. And I'm going to stop using her real name in 6 more months when I'm really over it. Being single isn't bad, though. I'm actually kind of starting to enjoy it. It doesn't bother me very much. I was already single. I just didn't know. So now at least I'm free to go see other people. My mom's not excited about me doing that, though. She's real worried about the app. She's like, I don't understand why you have to date strangers. I'm like, Mama, our cousins don't live up here. So that is how they do it in Minneapolis. Her mom's from Alabama. She doesn't get it. She got married at 18 to a really nice guy who still likes her. I don't know if that happens anymore. I don't think that happens to anybody. I was at a show out in the middle of nowhere, and I was telling a joke about something else, and a lady screamed, "My husband is dead!" Like, if you want to wreck a comedy show, that's one of the top 5 ways to do it. I'm like, is he new, Dad? Or do we want to go find another one later? Or do you need help? She goes, he's only been dead for 2 weeks. My friends tell me to get out and have fun. I'm like, oh, you're doing great. It's killing it for the rest of us, too. It's really good. Shannon was talking about living your best life. My son, I have to say, a lot of people have had a hard time with quarantine and with COVID-19 and not having school. Some seniors are super upset to have missed their senior year and prom and all that stuff. My kid's in kindergarten. He could not be happier. He's living his best life, but I'm concerned that he's never going to go back to normal. Like, he hasn't worn pants in about 3 months. I don't think, he doesn't believe there's a permanent record. That used to scare me. And I was like, this is going on your permanent record. I'm like, oh, I better get it together. My son's like, oh, yeah? You're going to kick me out of school? Go back to mom's school where the teachers drink before noon? Oh. This sounds terrible. What is she going to make me repeat kindergarten? I don't think so. Have you met her? She's not doing that stuff again. It's true. I'm like, we are passing you no matter what. You're moving ahead. My mom is really upset with me that I haven't tried harder to get him to concentrate in school and write his letters. I'm like, he's going to get the color blue. Can we take it down a notch? Like, what is wrong with you? He will be just fine. Yeah, he doesn't really care. He is pretty much already scratching, no pants wearing. I feel like it's over. I don't think he's ever gonna, and he's already figured out the internet. He's found YouTube. I don't think he believes in the value of education. He's just going to be a YouTube star. And he's worried about me being a single mom. I think he's starting to scout for new dads because he'll surf YouTube and find like YouTubers and then bring over the video and go, how about this guy? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, this guy seems like he'd be pretty fun. He does pranks. We can do Mentos in the cup. I'm like, what? No, stop. It's really bad. We just spent a lot of time alone together, so I'm really happy to be around all of adults. And they're 6 feet away, but I've actually rubbed elbows suggestively with one of the other comics. I just really miss people. I miss adults. This feels really good right now. You hear people that are like paralyzed or like from the waist down and their upper body starts to get really sensitive. My elbow is amazing. I hope it was as good for you as it was for my elbow. That was pretty awesome. I figured out spending too much time at home and too much time on the internet that I have a big problem, and I really want everyone to like me. It's bad. It's really bad. And Facebook is really bad for people like me. Because if I don't get enough likes, I start to shrivel and go downhill. The other day, I made a lady in Australia cry before 9 a.m. And I've never even met her. This is a dangerous tool for me. She asked my opinion, and I told her the answer. And also she's like, you've ruined everything. I'm like, what is happening? And then I spent the rest of the day worried that this lady in New South Wales that I will never meet doesn't like me. She doesn't even know me. There are people who don't like Chinese food. They're wrong. That doesn't mean they can't just go on not liking Chinese food. But if you don't like me, we've got a big problem. It's not good. And I feel like I need an app for that. Like I need an app to cut down. And especially with exes. You guys know as soon as you get dumped by someone and they ignore you, it just becomes super important to make sure you know that they know that you're doing fine, that they're gone. It doesn't really matter. Right? I want to invent an app called the Excommunicator. And it limits your total word count to 20 words per week. right? And then every time he types in like, you ruined the rest of my life, it just auto corrects to, I got a promotion, doing great. He's great. And like superimposes you with hotter guys and sends it off. That's what I need. The other problem with me that I've discovered, because I spent a lot of time in self-reflection during quarantine with the top 5, my major malfunctions, is that I live in a world where I can't be wrong. Like I always think that I'm right. And I was looking back at a couple of instances where it's very, very clear. One, in LA, I was going to visit a girlfriend at her house. She lives on 49 Citrus. And I drove to her house and parked in front of house 49. I'm like, texting, where are you? She texts back, in front of my house. I'm like, no, you're not, because I'm in front of your house and you're not here. What is wrong with you? How do you think that someone walked out of their home and they're wrong? You drove here. Maybe it's you. But immediately I'm like, you're in front of the wrong house? I actually said that to my friend who has a mortgage. And she was like, I'm pretty sure this is my building. And I'm like, well, I'm on Orange. And she goes, I live on Citrus. I'm like, there we go. And the same thing happened because I went to New Orleans. I went to New Orleans for work. I travel a lot. Remember when that was fun? Travel a lot. And I have a thing about Southern food because my mom's from Alabama and I get real excited about sweet tea. So I land in New Orleans and I go get a sweet tea and I didn't drink all of it. I put it in the cup holder. I went to the hotel, parked my car, and went to bed. Woke up in the morning, called down to the valet, went down the elevator, and oh my gosh, those guys were amazing. My car was right there. I'm like, awesome. I jump in and drive off. I drive for an hour and a half before I think, gosh, I'd like some of that sweet tea from last night. I put the cup in my mouth and the straw is chewed on, and I don't do that, and that was not enough for my brain to go, well, we got a problem. My brain went, oh, weird. You don't normally chew on your straw, and I still sucked in the liquid. You guys, in the South, that is so dangerous. And I'm like, Dr. Pepper, oh, gross. What is this? Ah, yuck. And then I went, oh, this has a sunroof. It has 4 doors. This is not my car. And suddenly I'm like, oh my God, the police have figured it out. Everyone's figured it out. They're coming to get me, right? And so I loop back and I race to the hotel and I find the guy, the valet who gave me the car. And I'm like, you gave me the wrong car. He's like, you got in that car. I'm like, you let me drive off. And he goes, I can't stop a middle-aged white lady on a mission. I'm like, I can see where that is the truth. But let's not tell anybody. That's how we're going to do the rest of it. Thank you so much. Good night.